Burnley. He is a very, very good keeper. Those of you that know, no, trust me. You might look at me like that. That's fine. But if you saw what he did in the
Yo guys, welcome back to the final whistle, man.
Yes.
Another video. Today we're going to be talking about FPL or FPL teams. We're all competitive here. We all want to win. But before we get into it, some of you guys might not know what FPL is. So go on, Raf, explain it.
Yes, so FPL stands for Fantasy Premier League. It's where you have a budget of £100 million and you sign players. And obviously it needs to fit within the budget. You sign 5 defenders, 5 midfielders, 3 forwards, and 2 goalkeepers.
Yep.
In the description to this video, or maybe even on the screen, let's see how the editor is, there are 2 links. So one link is to join the Classic League, and the other is to join the Head2Head League. With the Head2Head League, you face a different member of the league every week. And then, that goes on for the whole season. And a Classic League, it's just like your traditional league table where each player in your team gets points based on how they perform each game week, and your points just add up. And at the end of the season, I'll be top. These guys will be somewhere near the bottom. And then we'll laugh about it later on.
Yeah.
What we're going to do in this video is basically discuss who we've bought in our teams. So without further ado, I'm gonna first of all start with Micah.
Yep.
Who are your 2 goalkeepers?
My 2 keepers.
And why?
My 2 keepers. I have got Areola as my second keeper.
Okay.
I think when you start playing Fantasy Premier League, you need that shit keeper, but can also play games at the same time a little bit.
Okay.
But then I've got Onana as my keeper, and I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that. I've got Onana because we don't concede a lot of goals, and I think with Onana there this season, we're not going to concede even less goals. So them clean sheet bonuses are going to go up. So I got Onana there. Just the start of the season. Obviously, it can change, but yeah.
Okay, mid-season.
Fair enough. So for my second keeper, I've got James Trafford for Burnley. He is a very, very good keeper. Those of you that know, no, trust me. You might look at me like that. That's fine. But if you saw what he did in the under 21 Euros for England and the amount of penalties he saved as well, he's a quality.
Oh, was he the guy that saved the penalty?
Exactly.
Okay. And then he went on to win. Okay, right. Okay.
That's cute, man. You know, as I said, remember at the start of the video, I said you guys are gonna finish.
Fair enough.
Like that.
And it's also you get points for the amount of saves as well. So I have a feeling he's gonna make a lot of those. Then my first starting goalkeeper is gonna be Bernd Leno. Like I said in the last video, he had a very good season for Fulham.
I hear that one.
I feel like Fulham are gonna get any better. And actually, this is just what it is right now.
Say no.
Because I need a couple chances to go through so I can actually get my proper first choice. But who have you chosen?
So one thing I used to do was to have a very good keeper and then have one that would rarely play just to save a bit of money. This season, I've gone with a slightly different approach. I have 2 keepers that will both be starting for the clubs.
Okay.
I also have Leno. But with Leno, I have Martinez from Aston Villa, and I will just change them depending on the fixtures. I think they will both have a lot of saves to make.
That's true.
I can see, especially Martinez, getting a lot of clean sheets and doing well with Aston Villa. Emery has quite a good defence, so they should be able to get a lot of clean sheets.
I hear that.
Penalty saves as well.
In my back 5, I have Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think, yes, he does cost 8 million, but I think because he will be playing midfield at times, he'll be able to get a lot of assists.
Yeah.
So, Trent Alexander-Arnold. I've got Botman from Newcastle as my cheaper option. Probably won't play much. I have John Stones because I can see City having a good season. And with him playing slightly further forward, once again, he might be able to chip in with the odd goal or assist. I have Gabriel because I think he's a good defender. And once again, you want defenders that can get you goals here and there. And I think from set pieces, he has proven to be a bit dangerous. And the last defender I have is Estupiñán from Brighton. Once again, I think him on the left back can get a lot of assists, and Brighton could have a decent season.
Yep. That's a
about
good
you, my bro?
That's a good 5. So for me, I have a kind of different philosophy to you. I rarely ever choose centre halves because more time
That's why he finishes bottom. But
no, I rarely ever choose centre halves because they're out of all the defenders most likely of the ones to get more bookings and less goal contribution. So I always go for fullbacks, which is why I have Zinchenko at 5 mil. Of course, him playing that inverted fullback role means he's going to get a lot more further forward than other defenders. He's going to pitch in probably with a couple assists from maybe a couple crosses just on the edge of the box, that sort of vibe. And like you said, maybe the odd goal. I've also got Reece James at 5.5 mil. Reece James is a crucial part of that Chelsea team. And we saw that last season when he wasn't playing, obviously he was plagued with injury, but it was a very different Chelsea at that back line. You just felt like you could go at any of them. But Reece James, solid on both ends. Solid going back, solid going
See
forward.
how them man are now slipping up, yeah? Saying at him.
But yeah, he's solid both sides of the pitch. I've also got in Luke Shaw because I feel that's the same with him as well. And I feel like now with the signing of Højlund, you have someone who's actually like a aerial threat that can probably do something in there. So I've got him. I've also got Charlie Taylor for Burnley. Now the reason I chose him is because also I needed a cheap defender to just, sometimes play. But when Burnley were in the Premier League before, he was a steady Eddie in the Burnley starting 11. Obviously, I'm not expecting him to play 30 out of 38, but using that Premier League experience for this new Burnley team that is quite youthful, I feel that's going to be key. And then for my last defender, I've got Jed Spence because I just feel like, again, I needed someone a bit cheap, but out of all the options, Jed Spence is probably someone who could probably come in and surprise a couple fans because he was bought and Conte made it clear he didn't want him. Maybe he can find grace under Pochettino. What about you?
Right, cool.
Pochettino?
So...
Postecoglou. I can't remember.
The new Tottenham guy.
Yeah, new Tottenham
It's the
coach,
same.
innit?
It's the same. Yeah.
Tottenham coach. All right, cool. I've got Ashley Young as my first defender. Obviously, just got the move to Everton. I think he's going to be putting a lot of crosses, free kicks, set pieces into Calvert-Lewin, into the
If he starts.
If he starts, but I feel like he'll chip in with the odd goal, odd assist, free kicks. You know what I mean? He's a threat.
Yeah.
Who else I got? I've got Trippier. Great season from him last season.
That's true.
For Newcastle, a lot of assists for 6.5. Similar to you, I've got a Strupian at Brighton. As I said, good fullback will get in on the assists, the odd goal here and there, maybe. You know what I mean? Zinchenko, have to have Zinchenko in there. It'll be stupid to not have him in there. I think
That's
that inverted fullback role, I think he'll do well, chipping with the goal and assist here and there, especially linking up with Odegaard, crosses into Jesus, into Havertz. So yeah, and then lastly I've got Nathan Ake at City.
Solid one, yeah.
I feel like him too. He's good on set pieces, headers, free kicks on crosses into the box. So yeah, I think that's my back four. And then going into my midfield, this way it gets juicy.
Go for it.
I've got Bruno Guimaraes at Newcastle.
Okay.
The reason I got him in there, I think he does. I think a lot of the Newcastle attack goes through him. You know what I mean? Either he scores or he assists, one or the other. So I've got him in there. I've got Mitoma. I think Mitoma, towards the end of the season, he was like a staple in a lot of people's teams. He was either getting assists or the goal, and I think he's going to continue that with Brighton, especially going to be starting every week for Brighton. So yeah, I've got him in there. Odegaard, as much as I hate Arsenal, he's a brilliant 10. He is a brilliant 10. So yeah, again, everything goes through him. At Arsenal, goal or an assist, it'll go through him and set pieces. Bruno Fernandes, my skipper, He's literally the stat pad merchant. I think he admitted himself that last season wasn't his best in terms of stats. Yeah. But I think this season he's going to eclipse his best season. I think he's going to get a lot of assists, a lot of goals, especially that he's captain.
Amen.
With Højlund, with Rashford, Anthony, he's on penalties. He's the skipper. So yeah, I think Bruno's going to get a lot of goals and assists. And then we've got Rashford just coming off an amazing season. I'm going to have him at the start of the season, see how he goes on. He might come out because sometimes he is inconsistent. He's a slow burner. Yeah. But Rashford to start off at 9 million, a bit pricey one. But pricey, yeah. It's all right because then I can switch him out for something else around that level. So yeah.
I'm gonna tell you with my first pick why you're not gonna finish top. My first pick in midfield has to be KDB. Yeah. Has to be. He is an absolute goal and assist machine. Like every year, I've had him in my team. He never leaves. And it's self-explanatory. Second pick in midfield at 8.5 million is Bukayo Saka. Star boy.
Of course.
Come on, let's be real.
I had him, I took him out.
Last year, he had a very, very good season, getting double digits in both goals and assists in the Premier League alone. That's a very, very good feat for any player, regardless of your age. So, I expect him to either do the same or even get better. And it's just like every time I see this guy, he just gets better and better. So, yeah, that's him. Now, the next three are a bit, I've got James Maddison in that 7.5 mil.
Man. Straight from there, he's talking about me not finishing top. James Maddison, although he's good, but cool.
That's crazy though.
God.
James Maddison.
Hey, what's
crazy?
Reason I have James Maddison in there, is because this is me talking at the point of Kane isn't leaving Tottenham. He's going to the amount of assists that James Maddison can get in that team. Talk to us of the goals as well, because he is a very good set piece taker.
Yeah.
He can really, really pitch in. And like I said, Tottenham have been crying out for that number 10. I feel like James Maddison is that player to actually play that 10 role well. And not only feed Kane, but feed Son. And also pop off the odd long shot. When it comes to long shots, people know that James Maddison does not play.
True.
Yeah. Then I've got at 7 mil, I've got Mason Mount. Now, the reason I put in Mason Mount is because at 7 mil, I needed someone who is like to play every game, more or less, and someone who can not only pitch in with the goals, but give assists as well, and not necessarily be the main man. We know that main man in that midfield for United is Bruno, but Mason Mount, I feel like will just pitch in a bit more, especially with the Højlund signing. To me, it was a no-brainer. And then lastly, I have, this is a favourite player of mine, to be honest with you, from another favourite team of mine. I'm going to go with Ebere Eche. Ebere Eche Eze. There we go. Yeah. I'm going to go with him because
at Palace,
his last 10 games of the season, he went into a different quality. From when, obviously, under Vieira, it was a bit chop and change. You know, it was him, Zaha, Olise for a bit. But under Hodgson, he was just, I don't know, he's just oozing quality. Like and you can see that he's getting more and more comfortable. Even in pre-season, he's just like, I think him and his brother even scored the exact same goal, you know, cutting in from the left, giving a bit of a jinky with jinky, top bins. And I feel like he's just going to go from strength to strength this season. So that's my midfield 5.
Oh, interesting. So, firstly, don't do what he did. Do not put in a defensive midfielder into your team.
Never.
All your midfielders should be either wingers or cams.
Yep.
Do not put in someone that's not going to get many goals or assists.
That's a rookie mistake.
Midfielders do not get much from clean sheets.
Wait, I didn't put a defensive midfielder on my team.
Bruno Guimaraes is, maybe not quite a defensive midfielder, but he's not an attacking midfielder. Yeah. He's not going to get you loads of goals. Cool. But you keep him in there. Yeah. You do that. Anyway, I've also gone for some similar players to you. So I've gone for De Bruyne, and I've also got Eze. I've also got 2 of your players, Mitoma and Rashford. I think with Rashford starting the season most likely up top, because Højlund's not ready yet, I think he should be able to get a decent amount of goals, especially with the first few games that we have. Okay. The last player that none of you have is Andreas. I had him last year, and for the price of 5.5, Fulham, Andreas Pereira, sorry. With the price that he's at, I think he's a good, cheaper midfield option that I'll play depending on what games he has. Yeah. Also with Eze, he might not even be at Crystal Palace come the end of the transfer window. He might end up at City. Yeah. So I think getting him in now, he might end up at City because him trying to. So I don't know how likely that is, but
he probably gonna stay at Palace.
There's my midfield. Now my front 3.
Before we do that, can we all just agree that we have Haaland in our front 3?
Or
have you gone rogue?
I don't. I'm joking. I've got Haaland.
I'm going to say, like,
I mean,
you're not trying to win this?
He's not trying to win.
If you don't have Haaland in your team, then
that's a guarantee. You need Haaland. We will have Haaland in my team.
So let's exclude Haaland. Let's just do the other 2 attackers.
Okay, now I'm going to get laughed at. My other 2 strikers, I have Ferguson from Brighton.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I also have Cameron Archer from Villa. Now, he's not going to play most... Let me land. He's not going to play most of the games. I just needed a cheaper option.
Yeah.
But let's see, you never know. Yeah. You never know. But I'll be real. I'll be real.
Why have you got Ferguson in your team?
Because I think he's a young, developing striker. I think he'll get more minutes this season. And I think Brighton will still have a decent season. So that, in a way, not necessarily guaranteed goals every game week, but I expect him to hit 10 goals.
Do you know what it is? That's actually a good pick, you know. Evan Ferguson, that's actually a very good pick.
I was looking at their fixtures. They're playing Luton first game.
That's their first game.
You can bag a couple.
Yeah.
For me, I've got Raul Jimenez for Fulham. Okay. Also, I think it's because it's a new environment. Obviously, after his head injury, he wasn't necessarily the same baller he was. But I feel like Fulham is the right environment for him, where it's not too much pressure. It's not like he's going to a team that's in Europe, but he's going to a team that are playing good football under Marco Silva. So I feel like he can, pitch in maybe 10 to 15 goals if he can recapture that form.
Yeah.
And then I've gone for Cody Gakpo at 7.5 mil. Now, the reason I went for Gakpo is because...
You know what? That's a good...
Again, I needed a player that was around that 8 million to 7 mil mark. And I was like, out of all the options, I think Gakpo is probably the best one because it's not a thing where he's like Nunez that is only going to stay up front. He plays off the wing as well. And I've been watching him, obviously, since he joined, but this pre-season as well, he just seems sharp. Like, he seems chomping to go. Like, he's at it. So I'm going to put him in there.
Man's an op anyway, man, for going to Liverpool. But other than Haaland, I've got what's my man's name, bro? I don't even know the guy at Luton. I think Joe Taylor. Okay. That's his name? Joe Taylor. Yep, Joe Taylor at Luton.
Yeah, definitely.
I just needed cool. Say nothing. He's there. He's there as my just like he ain't really gonna. Score a lot of goals, but he's there now. And then I've got Callum Wilson. At Newcastle. And Callum Wilson, like a lot of people sleep on him, but listen, Callum Wilson bags goals for Newcastle.
He definitely does.
He bags goals for Newcastle. Season after season, he does it. Do you know what I mean? But he's one of them players that I can chop and change. He goes for, what does he go for? 8 mil. So I can take him out and bring someone else of a good quality in.
Bit pricey,
so
but
it's pricey. But and then who Newcastle got? Hold on, they've got Aston Villa first game. You know what I mean? So I feel like he can bag there. You know what I mean? So I've got, and they're at home. First game at St. James's Park. Listen, he's probably going to score. So I've got Callum Wilson there. So
that's true.
That's fair enough. I actually think we all have decent teams.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know what your teams are like. So in the description, as I said earlier on, we do have 2 links there. Join both leagues. I want to see, or I'm guessing we all want to see what your teams are like.
100%.
And I look forward to seeing how it goes. If you're not really interested in joining, still join. Because you never know. You might end up enjoying it. You might end up making new leagues with your friends as well.
Exactly. And there's a sweepstakes. Whoever wins the league, obviously you guys will find out as we progress. But there is a sweepstakes. I ain't gonna tell you what these guys will do.
Obviously, adding your friends. Once you join, adding your friends. As many players makes it more fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so adding your friends, keep sending it around, and we'll see at the end of the season who finishes top and who looks like an idiot right now. So we'll see. We'll see. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching this vid. Like, comment, and subscribe. Literally put your comments in the description of what you want to see more on this channel. And follow us on social. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok.
Yep.
And follow our private socials as well in the description as well. But
tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes, sir. We'll see you in the next video.
Peace.
Peace.